G'day everyone, Goober here with another Torchlight Infinite Sandlord season video. I had a couple of weeks off Torchlight to play other games, and quite frankly I'm a little bit bored. So I thought I would come back as there are still some people playing and they might be looking for something different to do. And I find it extremely strange that I didn't really do much Dream this season, or Nightmare. And one thing that is consistently extremely expensive is the Shallow Dream Talking trinkets. Now these drop more often out of the red and rainbow bubbles, which heavily impacts how you should go about building your dreams. So I think the last thing I was doing wasn't too heavily dream. I should probably grab this one as well, in order to, have less chance of triggering it unless I am at the top end. However, I will be doing this in Profound because, well, that's where I'm at. I can't really remember much about what I am doing, but, we'll just see how we go and see how profitable the dream itself is. So I'm not going to bore you with the map to map situation, but what you want to do if you can't get rainbows is get as many red bubbles as possible. I believe this one made about 150, 200 flame elementium. So if you can blitz the maps and smash dream a lot, then you'll probably profit a lot more probably than me, because my character's kind of on the slow side. It's not too bad, but it could be faster. I honestly, even just having a couple of weeks off, I've come back, I'm like, oh, how do I do things? I don't know. I can't remember. I came back and I had all my gold in my inventory, so my Oasis wasn't even doing anything. Pretty foolish, but it is what it is. So anyway, I'm just going to fast forward and I'll unpause at each of the selections here. We'll see if we get anything decent. Netherrealm bubbles upgrading, fluorescent bubbles upgrading, black sail's garbage at this stage. Black sail early on is fantastic, but in Profound it's not that great. So Netherrealm bubbles is probably the better one here because it can drop deep space beacons. However, fluorescent memories can drop the sacred fossil card, so that is also incredibly good, but I'll probably go with Netherrealm bubbles for now. And the idea will be to hopefully get a few and then replicate them. And then if I can get some reds to upgrade into rainbows, we should make a fair bit of profit. So this is the first selection. We got pretty screwed here. We want Netherrealm. I do have Shepherd 5, so I'll get a couple of rerolls. So I'll just do that once. That's not really great because they're just white, so who cares? And again, we got a little bit screwed there. We could go with the 1 to 3 cube and hope that we get a transform into... I'll do this. So we got 2 reds, which is good, because then if I can get the replace with Netherrealm, these will hopefully change it to Netherrealm. So here we go. I can either add some commodity, add some Netherrealm, or change 3 to Netherrealm. I'm going to do this and hope that it hits these two. So that will be good. Of course. Another thing that you can obviously do, because Netherrealm doesn't, or Netherrealm, just because Dream and Nightmare don't really care about your map itself, you can always go through and remove any of these compasses if they're kind of expensive and you're not really clearing the whole map. I believe these two are pretty worthless, and I need the Nightmare compass to keep going. So you can reset this and just do a few. I should be able to sustain that level of Netherrealm even if I'm not doing the card itself. And then you can just go through and rush the purple or better. Give me rainbow. Yeah. I can't give you rainbow. I was hoping for red. But anyway, so you can just go through, rush the map, and then keep going. If you just want to focus on Dream/Nightmare and not really do anything else, it's also a strategy that you can do. I don't know if I can be bothered playing the game to farm gold and currency, to farm gold and mats, and then farm gold and mats. It was... I don't know. I didn't hate the league, but I do hate the fact that you have to farm for gold and mats. And that seems to take away the any other aspect of the game, really. I don't know, it feels weird. So here we're at 45%, so we really need to start getting some of these up. I don't really want to replicate or lock or add blues, so I'm just going to go again. I didn't really get anything good there, so I'm just going to upgrade something and try to get more reds. Failed. What a shame. So, again, no good options. Just upgrade. I've only got 2 that are potential upgrades, and, well, I guess Whim does count. So I got pretty unlucky there. Luckily, I do have the 2 red cubes. It's not ideal, as I would have liked those to be Netherrealm for a chance at a rainbow bubble. And unfortunately, I have them moving. The problem with when they're moving is whenever they die, they drop loot where they spawned into the map. So that kind of sucks. So we've got weapon there, not too great. Weapon's about 3 flame elementium. But we really want the trinkets, which you really only get... Why is it every time I go to make a video I cough? You really just want the trinkets, not weapon or armor. Just go through, see what we get from the boss. All the things along the way are just freebies that come from the shepherd pet. So that one is from the shepherd pet, so we've got 20 FE. That is directly pay to win from having shepherd and the other... Well, I guess the blue and the purple pets aren't really that pay to win, but having shepherd definitely is. Try not to die in here because you do lose bubbles. So we'll see what we get here. Four weapons, 2 trinkets, so 40 FE from the trinkets, not too bad, and that's not very good. So I might just do some more boss rush, I guess, in this area. I'll be farming up the star shards and the just the easy stuff. I'm not too fussed, so this isn't a very good farming strategy. It's more just to show the extra stuff that you can get from adding Dream to your maps. Alrighty, so the next one that we got, that one's pretty average. Changes things to Whim bubbles. This one also changes to Wind bubbles, and we got a chance at Netherrealm bubbles again, so I guess we'll go with that. Not really any good options here, but I don't feel like wasting a reroll just yet. So I guess I'll see what I get next time. I probably should just remove the 40% because I'm not really paying that much attention. If I fail a map, then that's bad. Not really farming properly. So here we have a really interesting choice with Shepherd 4. You're pretty much guaranteed to always get Dream Within a Dream to proc unless you get it really, really late. So Dream Within a Dream is interesting because after 3 selections, you get a rainbow bubble. And it's commodity, so it's absolutely phenomenal. Nightmare Roots can move around, kind of sucks. But it's pretty hard to not take this because it is a guaranteed insanely good bubble. And then if you get Replicate Commodity, then it just turns absolutely crazy, and this no longer really matters, to be honest. So this will activate. I'll complete this map. That'll give me the second selection. And then... is it that way? I think I'm one ahead of myself. And then with Shepherd 4, you're 100% guaranteed to get the extra when you go into the Nightmare. I think I'm one ahead of myself. So if it doesn't trigger in the next map to go to the Nightmare, you're guaranteed to get it, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So we'll have a quick look at the next map. We've got it here. It's 15% chance to trigger. We'll do Dream Within a Dream. And now, the next time I activate that, it gives me the Rainbow Nightmare, Rainbow Bubble. So basically, I'm guaranteed to get the effect, which is pretty cool. So after I clear this map, I will have it. Just noticed I had lightning back there, but I don't really care. I don't know, maybe I'm not in the right mindset to be doing farming video, but whatever. I just want to play the game. And then, there we go. Now we have a rainbow commodity bubble, which hopefully will give us a pretty nice payday when we come to do the Nightmare. Alrighty, we're up to a 70% chance and it didn't trigger. So I'm kind of tempted to re-roll and hope for a commodity replication. Random selects 1 to 3 to replicate. I mean, if it does 3, I've got a 75% chance. And I failed. I almost died as well. My efforts. Sometimes you have to be greedy to get the really good results in Dream. Playing it safe doesn't really ever get you a good result. Which also means that, you know, sometimes you'll make hardly anything, but then other times you'll make 600 play points. So that one's done as well. We can do the selection here. Gear, commodity, 1 to 3 Netherrealm that are blue or better. I don't really have any good Netherrealm anyway, so pretty much all my profit's going to come from that one commodity. And hopefully the pets can give me some extras. So there we go, it triggered, we go through, changes the type of 3 to Netherrealm, changes 2 to Netherrealm and upgrade by 1. I don't really want it to change this, but I'll do it anyway. So hopefully this one goes to yellow, then red, that would be nice. That's not too bad. And there we go, all 3 of them upgraded, which is pretty lucky. So we'll just go through, kill them all again, and see if we get lucky with the upgrades, the free bubbles rather. There. Tomorrow's direction, we've got a blue bubble, we can get a free rainbow, shame. I'll go up here and they're over here. Why are you still moving? Sometimes it's worth clearing the area as well, because the rare monsters in the zone can drop trinkets, shallow dream tokens and stuff as well. So we've got a free trinket there. Was that a free rainbow? I don't know. But we got another trinket there. I think I had 17 before this, didn't I? Where are they? Oh no, I've got 16 now. So I must have like 13. So if this is in addition to one of your other farming strategies, it's really quite nice. And we haven't really got lucky and had like a 6 rainbow dream yet. So let's just run over the commodity. Only 5 flame elements in, that's extremely unlucky. But overall, not bad. Couple of deep space beacons. Ultimate Ember over here, but I didn't realise I had. It's not too bad. Alrighty, let's do one more, and then I need to go and get the kids. However, I think tonight I will actually run an hour or two of this and see if I can, just running Dream, I want to see how much Flame Elementium an hour that effectively adds to your maps. Because a lot of my strategies don't really slow you down in your map. Although it will take a bit of time to do the dreams as well, I guess. Go. One other thing that I might do, I noticed that Marcus put out a video. He rolled for Kong and got really, probably unlucky. So I'll do a quick roll for Kong as well. What am I looking for? Boon? Boon? Hello? Oh, my brain couldn't see it. I was just like, I was looking for F3 for some reason. But anyway. 1600. Boo. I didn't get it either. Anywho. Now that's out of the way. Back to it. That's unfortunate. Hopefully that doesn't mess things up. I accidentally hit stop recording instead of red netherrealm or red commodity. Decisions. I do have a netherrealm bubble there, so maybe I'll go with this instead. So this is more bubbles that I have than a netherrealm. I get more netherrealm bubbles. So instead of trying to upgrade, upgrading is still going to be really good. However, I want to make sure I have as many commodity bubbles as possible. And then I will get more reds. And of course, I chose netherrealm over commodity. So now it's just like, hey bro, I'll give you as many commodities as you want. So it's pretty annoying. This is going to give me 2 purple, which is okay. Hopefully we get some conversions. It's not giving me netherrealm. It's like, hey bro, you should have chosen commodity. Getting trolled. 2 win bubbles, they count towards netherrealm. So I'll go with that instead of 1 to 3, which, given my luck tonight, I think it would have given me 1. But anyway, I'm sure we'll still make, you know, what did I make on the other ones? Like 40, I think. So it's not going to be a loss, but probably could be better. I should be completing God of War too, because they sometimes drop 50 stacks too. Alrighty, 1 to 3 netherrealm. It's probably better than 3 to Whim, because it has a pretty good chance to do that. I would need it to do those 3. So let's do 1 to 3. We got 2. I even got a rainbow, so that's pretty nice. Yellow. I've got 1 to 3 Whim bubbles here. I could change to netherrealm, but I think I'll just do that. So I've got 2 more. So we're currently up to 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next time I would need a change because I can't get 9. Which is fine.
Hey, a machine also needs to rest.
Hopefully I can get a chain and upgrade, which would be nice. I need to kill one of these. Oh, no, probably didn't need to. Anywho. I really need to go and get the kids. After school care finishes soon. If only I had more spots. I've only got 1 spot there, so I can only add 1 purple whim. Hopefully this converts some of the non-Netherrealm ones to Netherrealm. If it does 5, that'd be fantastic. So I did 4. What do we got? 3, 6, 9, 10. There's only 1 that's effectively not Netherrealm, which is really good. And we got another attempt at it. So we get 1 more here, and then we get 1 more when we enter the Netherrealm. Why do I keep saying the Netherrealm? When we enter the dream state, the nightmare state. I changed things at work and everything is just frying our brains. Frustrating. Oh, so I've got a 90% chance to trigger. I also have a rainbow that will downgrade or a rainbow that will be removed. Now, if I chose this one, I would have to unequip my shepherd in the next, in the nightmare if it didn't trigger. So that's a pretty risky one. So I'm just going to do this one. It gave me black sail. That's fine. I really only care that it's rainbow. It did trigger. Now I've got a choice. I can unequip my shepherd. So that doesn't go down 1. Which is probably what I should do. I'm pretty sure this will work. Change to literally anyone else. There we go. That stays rainbow. And I get those. Now I just need to select shepherd again. The reason I did that is I couldn't really add any extra Netherrealm bubbles and I was already at 10 and I had a locked cell, so I couldn't even convert that one to Netherrealm. So there was no options there that would have been really good for my outcome. So I didn't see any value add in downgrading that rainbow bubble, if that makes any sense. So Shallow Dream Talkings have a higher drop chance from the rainbow bubbles, and having that just turn into a red didn't make any sense to me. So that's why I did that. It's pretty much the same as the other option, but the other option had a far higher chance. I mean, it was only a 10% chance that it didn't trigger. However, why take the chance at all, to be honest? This is the last one.
Hey, a machine also
Am I
needs to
blind?
rest.
Oh. I was looking for the last thing. So what do we get? Got to throw a few memory threads. Armor. Unfortunately, we got 4 armors, 2 weapons, and 1 trinket. Deep Space Beacon. Are they worth anything these days? Where are they? Okay. So they're about 17 flame elementium, 18 flame elementium each as well. So not horrible when they drop, as well as the shallow dream talkings as well. So I'm pretty sure we got about 6 of these. So that's about 120 flame elementium in the... Did I do 3 or 4? Funny. Yeah. Anyway. I'll do a proper test of this tonight. And we'll see how much FE per hour this can add to your maps. Or FE per map. It can add to your maps, rather. FE per hour. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of FE per hour at the moment. But anyway. I'll see you in a bit.